Before Rebecca and Lynn leave us, I wanted to first recognize them for the hard work that they do for our city every day. And Lynn, you did a wonderful job explaining what I believe is going to be the best rec center in the city of St. Petersburg. And it's going to be so good because of the involvement of the neighborhood going back over 10 years. And we've had a feasibility study, and we've had all kinds of input from the neighborhood. We did some tours of other rec centers to kind of pick and choose what we wanted to include in the Shore Acres Rec Center. And it is we have crammed a lot of things into a pretty small piece of property, but we did it in a way that fits with Shore Acres and the neighbors. And that sort of work is not easy to do that sort of stuff. So thank you, Lynn, and Rebecca. I appreciate both of you for the work that you do. There's a couple questions that came up. I didn't want to interrupt at all, but I have texted my legislative aide on the public art questions that have come up. There is a public arts commission. The vice chair of City Council, Gina Driscoll, serves as the council representative to the Public Arts Commission. And it's a formal commission that's appointed. The members are appointed by the mayor and approved by City Council. But I've asked my legislative aide to kind of get us an update of where that stands, because that was a very, very good question. Rich Doyle asked a good question about the wall, and Kevin was correct. When we did approve the rec center, one of the variances that we asked for was to increase the height of the wall from 6 feet to 8 feet. And that was approved. And then Rich also asked a little bit about the resiliency of the building, and it will be built as per our code here in the city, 2 feet above the base flood elevation that's mandated by FEMA. So it will be a very resilient building. So a lot of good questions, and it's going to be a wonderful addition to not just Shore Acres, but to our city. So thank you. I just, and I know we're running short of time, I just had a couple of things to update the neighborhood on, and it's great to see everybody online. I can't wait until we can meet in person again. But there are some things that are happening in Shore Acres, and some of these things may have been covered in other places. I know a lot of people stay up with Nextdoor and your Facebook page. So I don't know if some of these things have been covered there. I haven't noticed them, but the water main, the main water main that runs from Overlook Drive to north of the rec center, almost to the Venetian, almost to Venetian, that's going to have to be replaced, and they're looking at starting that work in January of next year. And then another issue, the force main at Venetian Isles Boulevard and Shore Acres Boulevard also needs to be replaced. That's going to be more of a spot fix. But between those two projects, the 40th Avenue Bridge and the Shore Acres Rec Center, there's going to be a lot of construction projects in and around Shore Acres. As to what the city has been up to this year for The city has been very challenging. I think it's been a very challenging year for everybody, but COVID-19 is something that we, as a city council, take extremely seriously. And every other city council meeting, we're getting a update on COVID-19, the statistics that are out there at the city level and also at the county level. And I meet quite frequently with business communities to kind of talk about how we can keep businesses open but keep people safe at the same time, and that could be a challenge. We approved the budget recently, and fortunately we were able to keep the millage rate stable. We also were able to, we had a lot of pressure from a political point of view on from some groups that wanted us to defund our police department, and city council and the mayor held the line on that, which I was very proud to support. And we actually had a increase in spending for our police and fire departments. And then utility rates, we had some increases to utility rates that council passed, and they kind of break down. For your water bill, you're going to see a 2.25% increase, wastewater a 7.25% increase, reclaimed water is going to stay flat. The stormwater is going to have just over a 10% increase, and sanitation a 3% increase. The other issue that I've been working on, and it just kind of seems to keep getting backed up, and that's the repaving of 62nd Avenue. And right now I don't have any good news on trying to move that project forward. It keeps getting delayed, and I keep working on it. But that's kind of it that I have for an update. If you all have any questions for me, I'm here to answer any questions that you have.
Ed, I have a quick question. I guess I'm just a little curious. Are you guys, for the city councils, are you meeting regularly? Are you meeting on Zoom? Or how has COVID kind of affected your ability to meet as a city council?
Yeah, so we're meeting actually more frequently than we usually do. We usually have two main meetings a month, and then we have what we call a mini meeting, which is kind of an awards and presentations type of a meeting. That mini meeting is now another full city council meeting. All of our meetings are virtual right now, but we're going to go back to face-to-face meetings in November. We have some council members that are at a little bit higher risk for COVID-19, and we're actually operating under a executive order that the governor has given cities around Florida permission to meet virtually. But that executive order is going to expire on November the 1st. So we've been doing a lot of work to configure City Hall to have safe public meetings, and we're going to limit the amount of people that can come into council chambers, and we're working on ways to allow the public to interact with us, which is very important, but also keep people safe. So we're looking at, for the public that wants to come speak to city council, if there's more than 4 or 5 people, they're going to have to wait downstairs, and then we'll cycle people up through and into council chambers.
Chase had a question.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, Ed. Just a quick question. Is there any update on the 40th Street Bridge project? I know we touched on it last meeting that we had, and I'm not sure if we're having a full meeting like this one in regards to that, but just curious.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have a, thank you, Chase. We have our next meeting. We have some people from the city to come down and talk about it. But Ed, if you wanted to add something, Ed's been very busy with the bridge. And if you had anything to add.
Yeah, well, it looks like construction is going to start early next year. I was hoping that we could get construction started later this year, but I had a call with Brajesh Preman, our director of engineering, and let me just get to the contractor qualifications are going to come to City Council on the 3rd of December for approval. And then a notice to proceed with the contractor, once the contractor is selected, should be in January of next year. And the construction should begin shortly after that, and it's going to take about 18 months to build the bridge.
Thank you.